This is hand sanitizer. Around the world, it's used to kill germs. In Gaza, we use it to cook lunch. Here is one of the survival hacks that Palestinians in the Gaza Strip have invented to endure Israel's war and strangling blockade. Since October 2023, when Israel declared war on the Gaza Strip, or what was later recognized internationally as genocide, it has completely sealed off Gaza's borders and drastically restricted the entry of goods and aid, including food, medicine, fuel, and cooking gas. So for over 18 months now, Palestinians have been forced to invent or find alternatives for things the world takes for granted, like cooking gas. Throughout the past year and a half, we've been mainly relying on firewood, plastic waste, and even cartons just to light a flame and prepare a meal. Those who are still lucky enough to live in partially intact apartments find it very hard for them to use firewood indoors because it produces thick and black smoke that can suffocate the occupants. So as an alternative, we sometimes use hand sanitizer in order to light a flame and prepare meals, or light meals mainly, or boil water for coffee or tea. For this hack, we'll need a pan, a kettle filled with water because we're making tea, a lighter, and of course the hand sanitizer. It's very simple. We just pour a bit of hand sanitizer and then ignite it with the lighter. You can see the fire starting to grow bigger. We will just put the kettle and wait for the water to boil. As you probably know, we're once again facing a severe food shortage in Gaza. Since the beginning of March, Israel has completely sealed off the borders. Not a single grain of rice has been allowed in, and even the most essential food items unavailable. We're also dealing with shortages of coffee, which means we're back to battling caffeine withdrawal. That's why we're boiling water for tea. But somehow Gazans always manage to keep a supply of tea in Gaza. Here, tea is more than just a hot drink. In times of extreme scarcity, when families cannot find anything to feed their children, they turn to something known in Gaza as Fattah chai, or tea Fattah, which is dry and old bread soaked in hot tea. This is something simple, humble, and often all that's available in Gaza. As we're waiting for the water to boil, let's make the tea. Of course, we have to ration our sugar because it's running out of the market. It's not available in the first place. Since last March, Israel has again completely sealed off Gaza's borders. Not a single grain of rice has entered. Not one loaf of bread has been allowed in. We are facing a severe shortage of food, of essential items. The sugar, for example, we used to buy 1 kilogram of sugar before the war for around 2 shekels, or around less than $50. Today, if it's available in the markets, it's of course out of stock, but if you find it, you would find it for around 50 shekels, or around $13, which is very, very costly for many families. Even to make a tea, you need to buy sugar, tea, and light a flame. It's very costly for many families across the Gaza Strip. Of course, it takes much longer than a gas stove or firewood, but it's what's available now. So it's doing the job anyway. Of course, if you need to make the fire bigger, you just need more hand sanitizer. If you need to, for example, cook a meal or boil water for bathing, etc., you just add more hand sanitizer. Cheers.